high frequency channel where source and spirit meet in tandem, where forces between the mind, body, and spirit meet in friendship, while building a unity of energy and creation, fluidity in consciousness, where we let our spirit speak.
Welcome to another episode of The Raven's Den. I'm your host, Reverend Raven Nightclaw HP. This is the second episode, or the second part of a grand scheme of changing your reality based on self-mastery and mental alchemy. Now, this second principle, second law, plays a very large role in what we do in life. You may ask, what is this universal concept? What is this divine rule? That is correspondence. Namaste to everybody. Love and light. So correspondence. What is the meaning or definition of correspondence? The law or the principle of correspondence? Well, it is quite aptly put many different ways. But I want to give you the actual explanation of this amazing principle. Now, I've looked up many different websites and blogs, and I've seen many explanations as to what it means. However, the truth of all this is that I found one article that gives a very short and sweet explanation. Give props, give a shout out to coltonswab.com. It says, this principle embodies the truth that there is always a correspondence between the laws and phenomena of various planes that manifest as being and life. Grasping this principle is what allows one to deduce the hidden solutions to problems by looking at what exists a layer above and below a problem, to infer the pattern and shadow nature of what is in between. Of course, there are planes of phenomena beyond our knowing, as we are limited to the spectrums of visible light and audible sound. But by witnessing the patterns that do exist in our dimension, we can deduce what may exist in higher and lower ones. Just as the knowledge of geometry allows one to measure the cosmos and map its movements as a dance of spheres and spirals, observing the principle of correspondence, we come to know the whole of the universe by exploring the higher and lower nature of things which surround the mystery, and likewise discover more of ourselves by experiencing the study and studying the world we are integrally a part of through the pursuit of genosis, the micro in the macro, and vice versa. So, in layman's terms, what does that truly mean? Well, when you're in a situation and it's any circumstance, any part of your life at any time, you can always look again at the layers above and below. So, what do they mean by layers? Okay, or what's higher and lower? Okay, well, let's talk in vibration, right? So within the vibration, there is the best outcome. I was going to say scenario, but the best outcome and then the worst outcome. Now, sitting in the middle, walking on the fence, as you will, so to speak, gives you the opportunity to look at both sides and then choose accordingly. So, with that being said, I must give a life example. Say, for an example, you are looking to buy a car and you have three cars in the lot. One is it's got the best of the best, everything that you want, all the bells and whistles, but it costs a little more. Then you have one in the middle, which would be sort of what you're looking for, but not really. It has similar features. It doesn't have this or that. And it's average. Then you have one that is totally not what you want. So, how do we make the choice? And that's in any situation. Well, again, we still have to look at the outcomes that we wish to produce. So, by you looking at the best outcome, and then the worst outcome, and then the middle ground, you will see what is in your best interest. And I mean, on top of it, nothing happens for no reason. There's always a reason for everything. There's a reason for why you wake up in the morning or the late morning or early afternoon. There's a reason why you do certain things when you wake up. Usually, most of it is habit, created over time. But you literally have to see and be mindful about what you really and truly desire to be and to have in life. You also have to look at the vibration. What kind of energy do you wish to create, at any given moment? I mean, wake up, humanity. This doesn't have to be problematic. This doesn't have to be, I continually say it, a series of unfortunate events. You have to look at things like, did I create or did I choose something, make a decision that created this outcome? Or you can even go further back and actually be mindful of what you want to choose in advance and say, okay, What is it that what's in my best interest? Somebody could be cursing at you, or yelling at you, or just being an a-hole. It is your obligation and your responsibility to see before. They always say, that catchphrase, think before you speak, or think before you act and react. But the whole thing is that you literally have to be mindful. So you have to think about the moment, in the present moment, be able to facilitate ideas intelligently, and be able to deduce what's the best course of actions. Okay, fair enough. So the question being, in the moment, the correspondence is, what is the thing? Okay, correspondence. What is the thing? What is the choice? What is the outcome? What is the desired effect that you wish to create? And what goes into it? What is it that you're going to have to do or choose in order for that to happen? What kind of mental state do you have to be in? What kind of vibration do you have to be in? And again, this is all mindful. This is within a very short few moments when you get into something. Again, humanity, wake the fuck up. The seven Hermetic principles are located in the book called the Kabbalion. Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard, which I'm not saying that I'm connected to that, or anything, but it did have parts of that in it, in the book. It, it delved in the aspect of self-mastery. So what do we do? Well, we have to see the things that correlate to our own outcomes, or correlate to the already created outcome, and the desired effect. So what is it that we wish to have in life? What is it that we've already done in the past that may have created this outcome within your reality now? Do we know? Sometimes. Most of the time we stay quiet. We stay unaware. We run on that autopilot. The time has come for humanity to wake up. If we continue doing the same things and expecting different results, that is, my friends, the definition of madness. If we begin to, and I understand the duality, I understand, the polarization of, good and evil. Obviously, they will always be there in some way, shape, or form. There may be a little bit more of one than the other. Okay. I get it. But the truth is, why do we continue on doing the same things as human beings, and don't choose to do something different? I mean, look at our history. World War I, II, and III, right? Desert Shadow, Desert Storm, all these different things, all these wars that we've delved into, hurting of people, violence, and destruction, and and unfortunately, what happened, during 9/11, and the World Trade Center, and all these things. A lot of these things have been preordained, of course. Some of them have been foretold or prophesized, if you will. But I mean, we literally got to do something better, folks. We got to do something better. Okay. Mistel, yes. Realistic debates, right? I mean, that's first. I mean, without the judgment, without the red tape, without the like the forcible nature of the alpha and the ego, be open to coexistence kind of conversations, finding solutions instead of constantly going back to the same shit, which is war, atrocity, genocide. Why? Why does it always have to be something negative? Why? It doesn't have to be, right? It does not have to be. No, no, no. It does not have to be. And we have to look at the correspondence. Look at what we've created. We've created our own nightmare. I mean, I've literally seen horrible atrocities, to this country, to the world nation. So it's all these things. Why can't we just work together? We can't, because everybody wants to find out who's got the bigger dick or who's got the bigger set of balls. Okay. I think that we feel, I'm going to add that here. I'm going to add a little bit of a debate here. All right, because I got one amazing individual in here that wants to talk about this, and then this is good. Name is Mistel Chambliss or Chambly or Chablis. She said, we feel more responsible for others than for ourselves. I honestly think that those who are working towards a more collective consciousness, a more, coexistence sort of reality, are experiencing more resistance than ever imagined. I myself am one of them. I love the coexistence. I love the beauty of seeing balance and right, without incriminations, yes. Okay, without massively important. Massively important. Think about it. But we have to be mindful. We have to be mindful, and we have to be aware. We have to be aware of what is going to happen if we choose such ideology, such action or reaction, blah, 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 blah. Tell you the truth, what I'm seeing is like the choice of the lesser of two evils. That's just my personal opinion. Okay. Personal and professional opinion is that I'm seeing that we are agreeing and we are accepting, excuse me, the lesser of two evils. So what do we do in that point? Listen, I'm going to say this right here, right now. This is my prophesized outcome of what's happening in the moment. Is that if we don't change something quick, we're going to see the next revolution. Okay, the next revolution. Yes. BD energy. Yes. BD energy. Big dick energy. Who, it's a pissing contest. to see who's got the more weapons, who's got the more, who's got the enough courage, or who's crazy enough to do the worst in order to scare everybody. Why? Why use fear? Religion does that all the time. And mind you, I am a universal spiritualist, Reverend High Priest, and I was born and raised Christian and Catholic. So you can only imagine. I mean, I went through a lot of stuff, and I see a lot of it is fear and what they call fear mongering, I guess. Okay. Well, I mean, like Mistel said, I mean, there's like a Wiccan read, harm none, do what thou will, you know, things like that. Do whatever you want in life as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, including yourself. Do whatever you want. Live in peace. Absolutely, I agree. Okay, but there's a lack. There's a lack of mindfulness. There's a lack of paying attention. There's a lack of empathy and compassion for human life, animal life, as well as plant life. Right, exactly. Okay, just like the narrative. Okay, illegal aliens or undocumented citizens. Like, okay, yeah, we could put names on everything all day long. But see, I'm just talking about the outcome, the correspondence. What is the correlation between, or what's the correlation between what we have done, and again, what have we created in this present moment? And that is the principle of correspondence. We need to know about the best case scenario and the worst case scenario, and we have to choose the better of the two. Is in the land. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about it. I mean, language is huge. It really, really is. I totally agree. Okay, language is huge. So when we decide to call something, I mean, there's been a massive transmutation, okay, and shifting and alteration of words or titles or names, right? Yeah, she said, "Ugh, religion." Laugh out loud. Now again, I'm a universal spiritualist, but still, but what I'm saying is that because I still believe in a higher power, and I still believe in something that rules over all, that may just be universal concepts. It may just be divine, higher divine or source or what have you. But what I'm saying is, or it could even be our higher selves for all we know. But what we're grasping at straws here. I mean, there's absolutely no reason why it's taken this long to finally create a reality and existence in third density of sustainability. Of sustainability. Sustainability of our race, sustainability of the Christ consciousness. And I know I say Christ loosely, folks. Okay, Christ consciousness is only meaning the persona, the personality. Okay, the compassion, the empathy, the sympathy, the caring about your neighbors. Which it's so difficult. That specific thing right there is so difficult that sometimes you have to ignore your neighbors in order to avoid conflict. I mean, and that is reality, folks. Okay, that is reality. We can't even say hello to some people because those individuals may stab us or shoot us, or may cuss us out, or whatever, call us names or what have you. And it's like there's a fear within humanity right now. There's a fear of being our authentic selves because we're afraid of the consequences. Well, I mean, censorship is always there. I mean, it's been there for a very long time. And everything that we've watched, everything that I mean, most things anyway, most things that we listen to, the music, the TV that we watch, the videos, whatever the case may be, they are literally, sometimes even subliminally, manipulating us to do and be a certain way in life. So what do we do? So what we do is pay close attention to what's happening. Right. So I was going to bring that up too. You must be reading my mind. Okay, so yeah, having revolutionary energy planetary transits. Okay, so each time there's a movement in astronomy or astrology, which I do believe in to a certain extent, there is a certain kind of energy that comes with it. Maybe that is what we think it is, or what we believe it is. Like Mercury in retrograde, and so these 6 planets are in retrograde. Especially Mercury, everything slows down. Got to tie up loose ends. We can begin brand new projects. Blah 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 blah. Things like that. Mars is war. Jupiter is is power and and leadership and blah blah blah. Like there's so many things, but we have to be aware. We have to be educated enough to know that these things are going on, so we can be and do the right things. Be and do the right things. Well, be who we need to be and do the right things. I do believe that. I mean, I've talked to a couple of people already over the course of the last few months, and they keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. They're sending out that energy. Again, be mindful. They're sending out that energy with words, with the words you speak. Words have power, man. That's why they call it spelling and grammar. Okay. Your vocabulary is like you're casting spells constantly out into the universe, out into this third density, out into the cosmos. And it's just gonna end up, bouncing right back to you. And sometimes it bounces back even faster and harder than you send it out. So you got to make sure that you're saying the right stuff. I mean, don't say that you're broke. Don't say that. I mean, yeah, maybe that's a truth in your mind, but you don't want to speak it out loud, because if you speak it out loud, it's just going to bounce right back to you, and it's going to come right back into your reality. And it's just going to be there all the time. Oh, I'm broke. No, you're not. Are you broken? No. I mean, some people may be physically a little bit, maybe a little bit mentally, but we got to be mindful. We have to be mindful of what outcome we're causing. We have to look at the higher, the higher level of that. We also have to look at the lower level of that. Okay. Of anything, especially choices, actions, reactions, and especially what's already happening. Especially what's already happening, what we've already created. Because you can shift what you've already created to a certain point. You can. But what you need to understand is that maybe you just need to let things take their course. Okay. Take their natural ebb and flow, and the natural movement of whatever's already been created, and allow it to just happen. I mean, that could be love, that could be work, that could be some, but you got to be a catalyst, man. You got to be a catalyst. catalyst. You, beautiful beings, sentient beings, can be the catalyst. You can be the creator of change. Do you want change, or do you want to stay in the same shit? Do you want to keep your feet in the same concrete, or do you want something better in life? It's up to you. It's up to you. You choose what happens. Okay? You got to choose. You got to know what's going to happen by whatever choices you make. Whatever actions and reactions you put out there, make sure that you know what it's going to create. Anticipate all possible outcomes, so you're ready for what's to come. And then when it shows up, you're already prepared, whether it's good or bad. Don't take the lesser of two evils, maybe like we've done in politics, unfortunately, because I didn't vote, because I think they are both not very good candidates. I mean, look at what the current commander in chief has done some pretty nasty stuff, and I think that we have to change this world, and we're only going to change this world if we decide now to build a community, create a world of coexistence, of unity, and working together. Cooperation creates sustainability. What will you choose? So until next time, folks, this is Reverend Raven Nightclaw HP telling you to be humble, be blessed, live in the vibration of love, and take care of each other. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, you smash that notification button, you give me a thumbs up, you comment. I love to see comments. I love to discuss certain, things with others. So feel free to do that. If you want to support the channel, in the description underneath or wherever, if you want to send donations or what have you, it's greatly appreciated. Every little bit helps. Trust and believe. I think we all can create the proper reality for us. That's for the good of the collective. Until next time, folks. Love and light. Peace.
A high-frequency channel where source and spirit meet in tandem, where forces between the mind, body, and spirit meet in friendship, while building a unity of energy and creation, fluidity in consciousness, where we let our spirits speak.